Flux. I'm Dr. B. Welcome.
Dr. B, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Flux.
Excited to be here.
I'm excited for you to be with us today. I assume this is your first time here?
This is my first time here, first time doing psychiatry. I hope we can make some breakthroughs.
We're going to take a look at you today, Flux. Now, before we get started, I noticed you're wearing your ring attire here. Why is that?
I'm sure you watched hockey before. You know when a team's on a hot streak and they want to win, and when you're on a hot streak, maybe a goalie will wear the same socks until they lose. And I kind of figured, like, what if I keep my gear on until maybe I win? Some reverse psychology,
Interesting. Tucked beneath your ring attire is a bottle, I see. Why is that?
Oh, Doc, don't worry about that. That's empty, man. That's nothing.
Moving on, Flux. I understand you come here today because you've been depressed lately. Why do you think that is, and how long have you been feeling like that?
Doc, I have been a little depressed lately. I feel like it goes back to when I started my wrestling career. It was in Tennessee, and I started with a different doctor, actually. Dr. Tom was my coach, and at that time, I felt like I was on top of the world. I was learning, how to succeed and drive in this business. And unfortunately, ever since I came back home to Buffalo, it just feels kind of like everything's been going down and down a little bit at a time,
Have you had a rough childhood, Flux?
You know what, Doc? I'm not gonna lie to you. It has been a little rough at times, the childhood. But let me tell you what I've been seeing lately. For right now, I've been seeing things I can't explain. I've been hearing noises. I can't sleep at night. I'm trying to focus. When I get into the ring, there's this guy, man. This guy is like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to say he's haunting my thoughts, but I feel like he's over me like an aura.
When did you start having these dreams?
It wasn't a dream. It really happened. All right. Well, what are you doing here, dog?
Sit down. Let's have a talk. What is this?
This is nothing.
This is the real problem right here.
Oh, man.
Because you ain't been listening to what I've been telling you. If you did, and if you were, you wouldn't have this right here. Let's set this down. What was the very first thing I told you, Flux?
Firstly, I missed you. How you been?
Hey, man, it's good to see you. What have I been telling you?
First thing you said was you should start lifting weights and you should watch some more film.
You're not even listening. The very first thing I told you was, if you say you can or you say you can't, you are right. I think that was DDP.
Not Winston Churchill?
I mean, you could look it up.
Okay, well.
That's not the point.
No, I know it's not.
The point is you need to start believing in yourself. Put the bottle down. It's time to really have a breakthrough. Look in the mirror. Dig deep and believe in yourself.
You did say heart last time, right?
You ain't going to find a win at the bottom of a bottle now, are you? You're going to find it right here in your heart.
It's time for this to go, right?
Time to go. Put the bottle down, son.
Honestly, it's been really cool to see you again. Like, I feel like, I swear I'm listening. Some things are catching, some things are coming through. It's just, maybe everything's not coming through. Dr. B. I appreciate today. I had a great time. I think I'm gonna head out, Doc. Thank you. I'm gonna take this with me.
But same time next week?
I will call you. We will
Flux?
schedule another one. Thank you, Dr. B. You have a good one.
You barely got cracking.
What's up, folks? Happy Monday. It is time for Grapple Pro TV. We are live. Big Sean Kramer's Wheels with a Z.
with a Z, baby.
And Dakoda Orion in action tonight, and this kid continues to impress everybody that watches him perform. But he's got an interesting opponent tonight, Wheels. And
Absolutely.
I'm kind of at a loss for words after what we just saw.
Well, I mean, it doesn't take much for you to get lost at words, but however, it looks like I'm glad Flux is taking initiative one step closer to self-care.
He's just trying to get himself in order, and it's been a long road for Flux, as we've all witnessed firsthand with his action here at Grapple Pro, and he's still chasing that elusive first victory. And tonight it gets no easier as he takes on the sure shot, the rare breed, Dakoda Orion. And I really hope that Flux can get past those personal demons and figure out whatever the heck it is that's cooking in that brain of his.
It's going to be a tough task for one Flux.
Absolutely. The bell has sounded. We are underway. John Tiger in charge of all the action, and Flux definitely has the support of the Grapple Pro faithful behind him as we started off with a collar and elbow tie-up.
Think Flux is under the influence tonight here?
I didn't see him before the contest, so I have no way of telling. He seemed pretty lucid on the way to the ring, but as we've seen in months past with Flux, things can turn on the flip of a dime, so we'll have to see. We'll have to let this one develop before we make a judgment call.
I mean, the guy went to a therapy session with a bottle in his hoodie. I mean, come on. Let's be real.
There's definitely tough times brewing for Flux, and man, that is the best drop kick in professional wrestling, and it caught Flux right under the chin.
Right under the chin.
And I don't know if that's going to make these issues that we're speaking of worse, but Dakoda Orion has turned this thing completely in the direction Flux was hoping to avoid.
I told you it's going to be a tough task for one Flux. I mean, you think you're going to just run through one of the top talent at Grapple Pro, Dakoda Orion? Oh, maybe I might be eating my words. No, good for two.
Only good for two. And Flux, he's definitely got to do everything that he can to get a hold of Dakoda Orion. He can't allow separation because there's a massive speed difference here, and Orion knows how to take advantage of that. And let's hope Flux did not pick up the bottle before this contest, because he'll know that if he did not. Right to the midsection with that knee, damage to both competitors.
Must have landed real awkwardly on the ribs of Dakoda Orion because Flux is feeling it, but he's pulling him in, hooking the leg. John Tiger for the count, good for two.
Still just two. Dakoda Orion getting to the outside, got to take a minute to regroup, but on the inside, Flux feeling the pain of that damage to the knee, but Flux off to a decent start in this contest. He's just got to keep his head in the game and stay on Orion, and you never know what will be the end result. But Orion saying no way, what a shot right there. Here we go, springboard upstairs, and down goes Flux.
Just like a cat, easy. Makes it look too easy.
Still good for two, but this is exactly what Flux needed to avoid. He's allowed for the separation and allowed Orion to use the speed. And that could spell serious trouble for Flux in his efforts to get that first victory. Let's take another look right now at this beautiful springboard up. Full contact, brought to you by Genesis Gaming and Hobby, the best in family entertainment. And while we're at it, our presenting sponsor, of course, Dulce Panapinto Attorneys at Law, the best in personal injury, and Carbone's Pizza, the best slice in Buffalo.
The best of the best of the best.
And that's
Dakoda
what you get at
Orion,
Grapple Pro, my friend.
one of the best, just putting that on display here tonight. And that poor soul he's taking it out on is one Flux.
And that knee landed flush right to the center
There
of
we
the
go.
neck. Tenacity for Flux, though, as he gets his shoulder up once again, as he is on the brink of disaster. Dakoda Orion knows it, and he's looking to put this thing away.
Yeah, he smells victory is what he smells.
Boot right to the mouth. Flux continuing to be in trouble on the canvas. Cravat locked in there by Dakoda Orion.
Flux is on the canvas just trying to will himself up, and he's not doing great here. He's not doing too bad. I mean, he's still in the contest, right?
He is still in the contest until, oh, wait a minute, small package. You spoke too soon. No. Flux staying alive. Oh, looking for Lama. He's strong. Can he get it? Cradle locked. Still not enough.
Just trying to catch Orion off guard. I mean, that's all he's got so far. He hasn't put a beating on him, but just nobody to roll through on. A big knee to the chin of Flux. Hook of the leg,
This could
holding
be the end.
arm.
No.
Doesn't get better than that, though. I mean, he had everything on lock there. Arm held, hook of the leg, center of the ring. It's ring awareness right there.
That's a nasty knee right there, Wheels.
Yeah, sent Flux right across the ring. Oh, and a big old slap to the back of Flux.
That's a bit disrespectful. Woke Flux up. Here he comes, trying to rally back. But a big Euro sends him right back, crashing to the canvas. Flux looking around, not sure what he's looking for. Could it be that, whatever he is, that, you know what, we're not going to talk about it.
Talk about what?
I'm still at a loss by all these things we're seeing for Flux, these visions he's having, these problems he's having.
Yeah, it's called he's hallucinating because he's boozing way too much. You booze, you lose. You heard the man.
I mean, I guess I can't argue with that opinion, but right now Flux looking to turn it around, and that backbreaker has done a great job in starting the process. And you can hear this audience come alive in support of Flux. Now let's see what Flux can pull out of his hat right now. He's got to put away Orion, and he's got to do it quick.
Maybe that's the problem. He's trying to pull something out of his hat, and he's not wearing one.
You never cease to amaze me, but here comes the Bulldog. Let's see, and he got it. Face first into the mat went Orion.
Almost
Flux took too much of a beating.
Yeah, almost went right through the canvas, too. He's definitely taking his time. 2 and 3. Could it be it?
Just 2. And you got to believe if Flux wouldn't have been so spent after that Bulldog, we'd have seen the 1, 2, 3. But once again, back to the drawing board goes Flux. And there's the impact.
Thanks for coming, but not out of it is Orion in this Boston Crab, half Boston Crab.
Orion trying to get to those ropes, got to create it. Let's see, there it is.
Grabbing a hold. He needs to break this, though, or he will be disqualified. He has up to 5 seconds.
And he's well aware. Having a discussion with John Tiger right now, but he's got to keep his eyes on a roll and a poke to the eye off his own
Schoolboy.
distraction.
Nope, just a roll through.
Oh, man.
Big boot right to the mouth of Flux.
Oh, and that's going to be it. That's going to be it. This has put so many out. Flux losing steam fast. That's 2. And he's out. You just watched the life leave this man's eyes right in front of your face.
He's done. Oh, my goodness. Thank God there's an official right there because he would have just popped his head and arm right off.
Well, it's safe to say our man Flux is going to be back in the chair with Dr. B much sooner than later. Dakoda Orion, your winner.
Yeah, I sure hope he takes his advice and does make a follow-up appointment because we all know Flux definitely needs that follow-up after the beating he took by the sure shot, Dakoda Orion.
That's a shame the way this thing ended. Flux's own distraction cost him, as you see right here.
It's too bad. We'll see everybody, though, Thursday night, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time on Wheels with a Z. Right next to me is Big Sean Kramers. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah.